Scientific revolution. So basically, people start questioning their natural surrounding and things around them, and this is going to spark a scientific revolution. And the question of science is eventually going to cause people to question their governments with the Enlightenment. So the scientific revolution basically starts with scientists and Copernicus. He basically stated that the sun was the center of our solar system and that the planets, Earth right here, would revolve around the sun in a elliptical orbit. This went against their traditional geocentric theory, which was totally wrong, stating that the Earth was the center of the universe. Another scientist, Galileo, is going to question this theory, and he is going to be brought up on charges by the Pope. And here's Galileo, and here are all the cardinals and the bishops. Notice behind Galileo there is a soldier with a club, and Galileo was given a choice. He could either recant or take back everything he's ever said and all his teachings, or he would be executed. And here's a primary source, and basically you have Galileo saying he takes back everything he ever said, and he says Copernicus was a liar, and he is never going to go against the Holy Church. And he says, in the future, I will never again say or assert anything that may cause a similar suspicion towards me. So Galileo basically said he was a liar to save his own self from execution. Next, there were many other scientists, not only Galileo and Copernicus studying the stars. And in 1543, Copernicus did publish his heliocentric theory, and the microscope was invented. Other people were saying that the sun revolves around the earth. Kepler is going to discover the rotation of planets. And in 1610, you have, yes, Galileo, and he's going to publish his book in Starry Messenger, which is going to go against the church. And in 1633, Galileo faces the Inquisition, and that was basically the church saying, listen, you can't go against us. We don't care if you're right or wrong. We'll kill you if you do go against us. Here's the big change in ideas. The scientific method comes around, and people say, hey, we're going to run experiments. We're not just going to listen to all these scientific laws that came from the past based on nothing. So the old science was basically scholars relied on ancient authorities or the church to explain things in the physical world. The new science in the scientific method is going to say scholars begin to observe and run experiments and use reasoning to gather knowledge and draw conclusions about the physical world. And that's the scientific method, which is still used today. Here's an example. This is a painting basically showing a corpse being dissected, and you see the professor showing the students the workings of the arm. And these are all going to be future doctors, and they're actually running their own experiments. And here's the professor instructing them. Here's some terms. The geocentric theory was wrong. It was an ancient theory saying the Earth was the center, which was wrong. The scientific revolution is when people began to question their surroundings. The heliocentric theory was correct, and it stated the sun is the center of the solar system. Galileo proves this, and he used the teachings of Copernicus to prove this. The scientific method is still used today, and that basically says scientists should run their own experiments and discover their own laws and challenge everything. Isaac Newton, we all know he was famous for the laws of gravity. So that is the scientific revolution, which is going to inspire the Enlightenment, and it's going to inspire the questioning of kings.